What's going on, F&K crew? It's your boy Corey coming at you live with another episode of Flicks and Kicks, hitting you with another Monday Night Raw edition. As you can see, it's going to be a solo episode today. You know, the homie Hunter got sick, Dylan sleep deprived, Rayvon busy, so but the show must go on. So I'm going to be shooting this episode solo and giving y'all updates on the latest edition of Monday Night Raw and my thoughts on the Royal Rumble. We apologize. We didn't have our Royal Rumble coverage for y'all. We actually did record a reaction. Unfortunately, we ran into some technical difficulties editing the episode that we recorded. But before we get into Raw, let me give y'all my quick thoughts on the Royal Rumble. This was definitely one of the better Royal Rumbles that we've had in quite some years. The Women's Royal Rumble. You know, Charlotte, that was a controversial, a little bit of a predictable winner, because when they did the whole package for her returning, I think people kind of saw the writing on the wall. Some people held out hope that Io would win, or Bianca. That was my pick. But they went with Charlotte, and honestly, the Royal Rumble for the women's was up and down. I give it about a B, but it was mostly a good match. It had some cool returns. You know, Trish Stratus, Nikki Bella was a little controversial for some people, but I mostly fucked with it. I liked how they showcased the NXT young talent more. So I vibe with it. Then the tag team match was whatever. I thought it was an okay match, but you can tell the crowd, it didn't really get much reaction, unfortunately. But I thought it was a decent match. You saw the Street Profits coming at the end, maybe set up a little heel turn, but they're still faces. So maybe they're just some faces with some attitude to them. So we'll see what direction they go there. You know, the DIY return the tag team over return. Man, I'm butchering my words. DIY retained the tag team championships, beating Motor City Machine Guns with the help of the Street Profits. So we'll see where they go with that in the tag division. Cody and Kevin Owens ladder match. What more can you say? Banger, violent. And this wasn't your typical ladder match where they just focus on two people climbing the ladder the whole time trying to get there while each opponent keeps knocking each other down. It was violent. These spots were rough. The suplexes on the ladders. They kept using the ladders to whack each other in the face. That was crazy. And then, of course, that last spot of Cody hitting that nasty suplex on Kevin through the table. Kevin looked dead at the end of his spot. He was buried in the actual ladder. And then Cody, for a face, he was pretty ruthless. After he went up and won the title, he celebrated like a typical baby face. But then he kind of stood over Kevin Owens' body and started hoisting the title like this, yelling and saying, "You asked for this." So he has some attitude. I like how they're telling the story of Cody is a kind of becoming a mad king. Like, he's the face, but he started out cookie cutter, happy to be champion, but you're seeing him get a little more violent, a little more aggressive when he has to. Sami came out there in the match. We thought maybe he might help Kevin Owens win, but he was just kind of there watching the action, kind of didn't know what to do, but he wasn't going to interfere in the match, which we know will piss off Kevin when we get into the Monday Night Raw talk. But I'm not going to spoil that yet. 10 out of 10 match for sure. Some people thought Randy would be there. He ended up pulling up. Still a great match. Then we get to the Royal Rumble. I thought 90% of this Royal Rumble was absolutely fantastic. And it was still a Rumble. We start off with Penta and Ray getting their cool moments. ISO Speed eventually came in the match and took a wicked spear. That was wild. Jacob Fatu came and just wrecked ship. We saw him get some cool stare down. Him and Braun Breaker. He took a wild spear from Braun Breaker, by the way. That was one of the most ridiculous spears I've ever seen. But him and Braun Breaker had their little stare down. We think we're going to get some more of that. I think they're good. Hopefully down the line we get that dream match. But then Roman came at 16. Him and Jacob Fatu had their little stare down. Like, this match just had a lot of star power, man. It has so much star power. At one, AJ Styles returned. That was pretty dope. I mean, at one point, we had the ring with AJ Styles, CM Punk. John Cena came in at 23 years. That's pretty cool. Cool little note they did there. But like I was saying, at one point, you had AJ Styles, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk in the ring at the same time. I mean, that's just a ridiculous amount of talent. So the match was great. Obviously, at the end, Jey Uso ends up winning. And my thoughts on Jey Uso winning, he eliminated John Cena at the end. Which, to start, that's a shock that Jay and John were the final two. Because going in, we thought, not even going in, I mean, yeah, everyone's favorites were John, Roman, Punk, Seth, maybe Drew. But they didn't even make the final three. The final three was Logan Paul, John Cena, and Logan Paul came in at 30. That kind of pissed some people off because we knew Logan was going to come in, but the fact there was no Randy Orton, a little crazy as a Randy Orton fan, but again, didn't ruin the match for me. But yeah, I mean, most shocking, Logan Paul actually eliminated, as y'all know by watching it, he actually eliminated Roman, Seth. Actually, Punk eliminated Seth and Roman because Roman and Seth had their nasty stare. That stare down was straight aura. They need to build off that for sure. We need a WrestleMania program before them. It between those two. It's a damn shame we still haven't got a WrestleMania one-on-one match with Roman and Seth. So hopefully we get that. But yeah, CM Punk eliminated both of them, and Seth crashed out, and then Logan Paul eliminated CM Punk, and then again after that, Seth crashed out. He stomped Roman Reigns with a curb stomp twice. He brawled with Punk like he was losing it. But yeah, let's get back to the final three. Obviously, they tossed out Logan Paul. Jay and John have a cool little one-on-one sequence. Man, it was emotion filled. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I was going for John. Hunter was going for John too. I mean, it's his last Royal Rumble. We want him to go out winning the Rumble. And there were times we thought John had it in the bag, but again, there were so many near falls. But eventually, John Cena he got a little too greedy. He tried to hit Jey Uso with an AA outside the ring, like on the ring post. But Jay slipped it, got back in the ring, pushed John out, and he won. This was one of the most shocking winners ever. I'm not gonna lie, my thoughts on Jay winning, I'm split because yeah, obviously you can't deny he's super, super, super over. The crowd loves him. The yeet movement is alive and well. He sells a lot of merch. So you go with the guy who's getting the biggest push, just like Daniel Bryan was back in I believe it was 2013, right? But at the same time, should he have been the one to be the one? Man, that was one wordplay to eliminate John Cena's last Royal Rumble. Debatable. Even bigger question is, do we really want another Gunther and Jey Uso program that we've got about three times, including Saturday night main event, which hasn't even been a full 2 weeks yet? That's my one gripe with Jey winning. Like as a WrestleMania match, I just don't know if the excitement's there if they do another. Yeah, it's gonna tell the underdog story of Jey overcoming and finally beating Gunther. But if they were gonna go this route, in my opinion, I don't think they should have had the Saturday main event match. But that's my thoughts. I still think the crowd pop reaction, all that stuff was cool. So we'll see where they build from there, and we will see by now because we're transitioning from my Royal Rumble thoughts and finally getting into Monday Night Raw talk. So Monday Night Raw starts with Jey Uso coming out, cutting an emotional promo. You can tell the crowd chanting "You deserve it." Them saying it really got to Jey. He grinded for this. He came out. He thanked the fans. He basically said, "Main event Jey Uso is going to Mania." You could tell he was emotional. It was kind of a cool moment. Then before he can really say too much, Gunther comes out and basically says he kind of says what a lot of the IWC was saying, like, this match doesn't excite me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I expected to see John Cena. My apologies, I thought the camera stopped. But as I was saying, I expected to see John Cena, but you, like, he basically looked down at Jay because he was like, I already beat you multiple times. Like, I really have nothing more to prove against you. Like, you have more to gain than I do. Like, I just have a lot to lose. If I beat you, it'll just be me beating you again. If you win, obviously you finally were able to beat me and you win the title. Jay, he was not feeling that. He said, wait, hold on there, Gunther. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I want to come and whoop your ass and finally get one over on you. However, I'm going to take my time first. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go holler at Cody at SmackDown. Then I'll make my decision. I haven't chosen you yet. That was the segment. So, obviously I think he'll end up going with Gunther, but I like that they're kind of leaving that in the air like, hold on now. Maybe he chooses Cody. So that'll be pretty interesting to see how that goes. And then the next segment we get, my gosh, we get Dom in the backstage. We get Dom and what's it called Finn Balor going at it again. Finn blamed Dom for JD's nasty injury. Hopefully you recover, JD, because that was a nasty spot you took last week. But Dom said, "Wait, hold up now. I'm the one that booked you an Elimination Chamber qualifying match for next week." So they're teasing that they still have a lot of tension. But finally, we get into the tag team match. LWO takes on what's it called? Takes on Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. It's a pretty good match. Logan Paul interferes midway, and he interfered because they announced actually during that match that Logan Paul will fight Rey Mysterio next week for a Money in the Bank qualifying match. So of course Logan Paul didn't miss the opportunity to come out and be a hater and troll Ray on the sidelines during their match. And right when LWO was about to win, Logan Paul did his usual sideline shenanigans, distracted Ray, and then Xavier and Kofi picked up the win. And then after that, we get the segment. Charlotte came out, addressed her winning the Royal Rumble, and man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, Charlotte got booed out of the building. Like the heat she was getting for winning the Royal Rumble, pretty crazy. The crowd was not fucking with it. I'm not gonna lie. And Charlotte, to her credit, she embraced the boos. She said, "Y'all can boo me, y'all can cheer me, but I still love y'all, and I'm still coming to get my goal. I still won the Royal Rumble, and I'm still the best women's wrestler in this company." So she embraced the boos. I'll give her credit for that. Then Rhea interrupted her, and then Rhea wanted to remind Charlotte, "Hey, last time we stepped in this ring, I beat you at WrestleMania." Charlotte said, "Oh, hold up now, Rhea. You got a little bit too much dip in your chip, because, yeah, you did beat me last time. But remember who won the first time we went one-on-one on WrestleMania? If y'all didn't know, Rhea Ripley lost to Charlotte in her first ever titles match at WrestleMania about, I believe, 3, 4 years ago." So Charlotte said, "Remember, we're still 1-1 in this thing. And the fact you came out and assumed I would pick you shows you still haven't matured. Because I may just rock with Tiffy." That hit a nerve with Rhea. Because after that, Rhea said, "Please, I'm begging you, pick me so I can beat the respect into you." Left off on that. And Charlotte was like, interesting. Left off on that. So again, I like how they're building intrigue to see who the Royal Rumble winners and Charlotte and Jay end up picking. Jay's a little more predictable. We assume it's going to be Gunther, but Charlotte, it truly could go either way. So we got to watch out and see how the cookie crumbles with that. Then we get Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser. Pretty good match. Pretty good match. It's a little unfortunate because I like Ludwig Kaiser, and it's unfortunate because you can tell Ludwig Kaiser's kind of sent out here to essentially eat pins from the babyface that really needs to get over with the crowd. But I'm not going to complain about Penta winning because you want Penta to be undefeated and you want him to keep gaining momentum because he's so over. He's only been in WWE for about 2 weeks, but the crowd loves him. Dude's charismatic, and he put on another banger. Ludwig and Kaiser had another good match. Penta won. Pete Dunne attacked Penta at the end of the match along with Ludwig Kaiser. So that could mean a couple things. Maybe Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne are clicking up now, and maybe Pete Dunne is going after Penta. So it should be interesting to see what direction they go with that. Then we get Liv Morgan versus Io Sky in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Banger of a match. Absolute banger of a match. I mean, they was hitting each other with counters. They was hitting each other with German suplexes outside the ring. It was a 10 out of 10 match. But Raquel, she kept pulling distractions to try to prevent Io from winning. Then Rhea comes and helps Io because before this, there was actually a segment in the back where Io Sky and Rhea Ripley were attacked by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So Rhea, she had to come back and get her get back. Unfortunately, during that get back, she elbowed Liv Morgan, who was pulling out her hair. And because of that, Liv won by disqualification. Io was distraught. Man, that hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I really wanted Io to win. I really did. I hate she had to lose by a fucking disqualification. I think that's kind of bullshit. But maybe that's setting up for Io to either turn heel or maybe have a little bit of a way that she can have another qualifying match to sneak into the Rumble because she's too good of a wrestler, not Rumble, Elimination Chamber, because she's too good of a wrestler to not be in that Elimination Chamber. But that was a 10 out of 10 match. I would rate that match easily 5 out of 5. Yeah, let me rate these matches actually. I would rate Ludwig and Penta a 4 out of 5. And then I would rate the tag team match between LWO and New Day solid 3 out of 5. So we've got a lot of good wrestling this show. So yeah, Io was distraught at the end. Rhea felt awful, but you know, Liv Morgan, she's smart. And then, oh, I forgot to tell you, we got an update on Roman after Seth hit it with all those curb stomps at Royal Rumble. Basically, Roman, he controls the updates he gives the public and storyline. And he essentially didn't give any updates according to the broadcast of Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. And all we know is he's going to be out for several weeks via storyline. So we'll see where they go with that. I think there's going to be some hell to pay for Seth. He's definitely going to come after Seth. And speaking of Seth, Seth came out honestly dressed as Uncle Howdy. He was wearing his cowboy hat, black cowboy hat, a black coat, and he basically came out talking his shit. Basically came out on some fuck CM Punk energy, on some I enjoyed every bit of stomping Roman because he's a tyrant, he's a bad person, he treats his friends badly. So I do not feel bad at all for what he did. He's basically saying Roman was a bad person and what he did to Roman was his karma, which I think is a little ironic because it's like he wants us to forget he didn't portray Roman in the Shield, and Roman becoming the tribal chief and being as power hungry as he is kind of a result of what he did to Roman. But I digress. He came out saying, you know, it sucked to lose the Rumble, but that's in the past. I'm gonna be in that elimination chamber and headline my way into WrestleMania. So he essentially confirmed he's also gonna be in that chamber because John Cena is the only one that is officially confirmed. He didn't have to go through a qualifying match. Seth, he threw his hat in the ring saying, fuck a qualifying match. I'm going to be in that chamber too. Then Sami came out. Seth gave Sami a hell of a man, my words. He gave Sami a hell of a pep talk. He said, look, you are Sami fucking Zayn. You've done something CM Punk's never done. Main event at WrestleMania. And he made a callback to CM Punk saying Sammy's not on my level during the Royal Rumble build. Seth said, yeah, you're right. You're not on his level. You're way above him. Because CM Punk is a terrible person and you're a good person. And I need you to drive his head to the dirt and take away his WrestleMania dreams. So again, Seth was hyping up his boy Sami while also being player hater of the year, hating on CM Punk. I mean, can you name a better hater than Seth Rollins outside of Drew McIntyre and maybe Kevin Owens? I mean, damn. And then we get to our main event between Sami Zayn and CM Punk, Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Yeah, all tonight they started some Money in the Bank qualifying matches. We got Liv and Io, and now we end with Punk and Zayn. It was a banger of a match. Banger. They were hitting each other with counters. They were hitting each other. They were reversing moves. A lot of near falls. CM Punk had him in a nasty anaconda vice. I really thought that boy Sami was about to tap out. Somehow he reached the ring. And then the match ended with Sami going for the Halula kick. CM Punk reversed it, turned it into a go to sleep 1, 2, 3, 10 out of 10 match. Respectfully, I didn't think Sami had no chance of winning this match. Because all CM Punk's story through the Royal Rumble build towards now is he's never main event of WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber is basically his last chance to get there. So we all basically headed into this match knowing Sami's losing. But Sami gave you a little hope he was going to win the match. Plus, Elimination Chambers in Toronto, Canada, Sami's home country. So we thought maybe they go with the swerve. Maybe Sami wins. But they went with Punk, obviously. And then, as a sign of respect, Punk extended his hand. Sami shook it. So we thought, great Raw. That was a great way to end the night. Great match. Let me head up out of here. But wait. Guess who comes at the end and attacks Sami from behind? His good best friend, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens absolutely looked beat to hell after that war he had with Cody Rhodes at the Royal Rumble. He had a black eye, but he still came, attacked Sami from behind, hit him with a nasty, nasty pile driver. And that's how the show ended. Remember when I said earlier, Kevin was going to feel some type of way because Sami didn't help him when he came out during his ladder match with Cody? This is what I talked about. That moment just set up Sami, KO, WrestleMania 41. I'm absolutely there for that. So, in conclusion, this was a pretty good action packed Raw. This was a really good Raw. The Raw after Rumble, it set up some storylines, teased some things, and I can't even say we got a heel turn at the end because KO was already a heel, but we got a double cross of a friendship. That was a great way to end Raw. I'm excited to see how SmackDown follows it up. And I'm excited to see what the build looks like to Elimination Chamber and Mania because we're officially on the road to WrestleMania. But yeah, that's it. Let me hit y'all with the starting five and get y'all out of here. First, of course, you gotta subscribe. I mean, come on, that's the quickest thing. One click of a button. Come on now. Then you gotta hit us some own spike on the like button. Come on, one click of a button. It's great from the algorithm, and we want y'all to like our content. And then, of course, we want y'all comment down below, interact with us. Let us know your thoughts on today's episode of Raw, and even let us know what you thought about the Rumble. If y'all enjoyed Jay winning, if you wish someone else would have won, and then, of course, ding, 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 please hit that notification bell. Like I always say, what's a better way to start your day than if you wake up, you look at your phone, see Flicks and Kicks just posted a video, you're on lunch break, you're about to eat, you want to listen to something while you're eating, Flicks and Kicks just posted a video, you're jogging, you want to listen to a podcast, Flicks and Kicks just posted a video. And you get all that right away by hitting that notification button. Exactly. Something to think about. And then, well, notification bell. And then finally, follow the social medias, which we'll have for you in the description box. Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, and we just recently added Letterbox, where for each movie we watch, each TV show we watch, we'll give y'all our thoughts on that show and TV show on Letterbox. So y'all check that out. We'll have all that for you in the subscription box. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good day. Be easy.